a bit. Always late.
Vara, she ain't coming back.
Deplorable surrounding for an agreeable conversation, but go ahead. I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcropping in the sea, lording over guards. To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. A farewell to Fort Joy and a hello to the mainland. Of course, I'd much appreciate it if we managed to find a dreamer first. As am I. A prince should die of old age or on the battlefield. Anything else could be construed as weakness of character. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today. For despite your heroics, I was still cast into the water. I sank. But there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs. There was sudden light, warmth, life. Truly, how intriguing. To hear a voice whilst drowning is a rather specific delusion to share, is it not? Still, I wonder...
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person? A pity. Religious persons tend to be all too self-important in their supposed humility. As for myself, I perform the ancient rites of prayer and ceremony with a kind of languid indulgence. After all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself, public deprecation would be needlessly self-important as well, wouldn't you say? There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Technically, they had the letter of the law on their side. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course. Notice that, did you? For future reference, if I don't answer a question, it's because I don't want to. I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal records later. There isn't much to say, but for it's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be world-changing. I just know it. And justified it is too. You'll be a witness to wonders, I assure you. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be, then grow beyond being.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
The Geists, dummy. The Hammer and Alexander had two in tow just a moment ago. Ugh. Thought you lot would be interested in a thing like that. Horrors, eh? Easy to say when you haven't looked a void walking in the eye. The Order and their horrors are all that's protecting you from that fate. Now, why don't you move along and settle in? A Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. We're up to our hoods in sinners these days.
Saw him, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did. witnessed quite the scene. The bishop himself with his right hand laid down the law on a traitor among our own. Burst into quite the bloody mess, she did. Bishop's the son of the dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one, but Alexander's looking after us. And the hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, she did. When you give up the darkness that's inside you, take your fault, they're working on a cure for you even now. Got some good leads, so I hear. You can trust Dallas to take care of it. And once you're cured, during the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God himself? When we lost him, well, it only made sense to see his will through. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. If we let the Voidwoken get to it now, well, we'd have lost him for nothing. Fort Joy ain't no summer camp. No one said it were, but it's the best we've got to protect the realm.
Come on, then, Lexi. Hey, up.
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the hammer herself, they were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due.
I told him at noon exactly. Didn't have yet, Chud.
Easy enough to say in times of peace, but look, the Voidwoken are coming, sir.
Disgusting like threats.
Brave God, will you quit dragging this on? Take that on, Lexi. Just hand over the gold.
I will not. This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met a...
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no...
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before...
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you. Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your
Ah, get out of here. The both of you.
The elf smiles and bows to...
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
The dog focuses at the cat at your feet.
lessen with Griff's.
Ah, a little reprieve from the din outside.
Wait! The timer! I know they help.
You are in the wrong place, Pinky. Fear? Pity, perhaps. A blind wolf may lead the pack, but sooner or later they will all starve. Never mind. If you need to suit up, I can offer you a fair price. If not, I would...
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. Your kind I handle, but small ones. An elf lives forever. If she stays away from spears and fire, she has
Got you! I got you! You're cheating!
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Rare is the human who goes against their own for an elf.
The elf appears momentarily puzzled by your comment, but then offers you a dignified little bow.
As far as I'm concerned, you are noble and just in both actions and appearance. I am in your debt. It gives me great pain. I'm with my family. We are making beautiful magic. We are healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I fall. My son looks back. I shout to him to run. I am taken. I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through. Through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs in this cave. We trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion. Thank you.
You're cheating! You're too slow! Shua! 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 Got you! You can't get me! I feel you, but I do not. I magicked you, you're dead! I feel him, but I do not see him. I'll stab you right in the eye! Shua! 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 Got you! I magicked you, you're dead! Whack! Back, evil ogre, or I'll get you with my sword! I'll spare you this. You're really fun. Ready? Go!
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though she couldn't have...
Hello, stranger. A strange person from a strange time. I wonder, do you even know? I see it before my eyes. It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps. Your life is not your own. Your life is for us all. I cannot say more. You see someday.
Her eyebrows...
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave. But if you find him, maybe you can help him. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. And he tells you what you seek. A way out. You bring me great peace. Thank you, my friend. I miss him very much. I see something that helps. I see a lizard. He is a lizard of many dreams, of far feeling. You do not free Amiro without him. Yes, please ask. Oh, I do not cover my eyes. I cover the place they used to be. They are gone now. He is a very blind man. He sees things but not truth, not love, or you understand when you meet him. After you escape. It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff. He makes no trouble for us. I knew we must be here. I am not sure how much to explain. My home is far. Your language gives me some trouble. We elves... Time... for us is now. There is not then and when.
This hole is too small for you to squeeze into. Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features. Regal. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away. And you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways.
You caught me off guard.
No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, so I can decide your fate here and now. But you did, and now the tables have turned. You look quite startled to—
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in bone. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Because it is my desire to question him intensely. As for the reason, you see, once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave. But now I'm free, of sorts. And I intend to raise the subject with him. No.
She drives the needle in deeper, and
in truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
a bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape? How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided dears around here would argue such a thing is impossible. Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you. I'm not quite sure the weather will...
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Yes, the needle did find you rather tough to chew. Nothing. This may strike you as,
She tilts her head ever so slightly and looks at you almost mockingly.
Yes, this will be Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours. Suits me fine. Lead on, or better yet, let me take the lead. Then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but...
The sun shines bright upon this island, but its hidden heart is dark. In a final heartbeat. Why? Did you assume I wouldn't? The only thing that springs eternal is blood from gut, and water from springs, of course, and flowers from the ground, but one must cull to cultivate. I walked up to the quay, asked for the ship to Fort Joy, and declared myself a sorcerer. I'm here to hunt, remember? Here to play a game of tic-tac-terminate with a special certain someone. We may see no bars, but we are firmly behind them here and now. As I hunt for answers, escape must ever be on our minds. Let's save those for later, shall we? Not quite the thing I tend to share with strangers. Suffice to say, I need to speak with a certain lizard. So let's find him.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas, Verdas, Verdas! He must escape. He cannot die here. He... You cover your face with your hands. You've just heard the news. The elven homelands have been destroyed by death fog. It was your order who did it. How...
Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
Everything now? Good.
on what you got this. Take your coin then. If a magister finds us on you, you forget my name, here.
Keep it down, will ya?
So, this is Fort Joy.
What a crumbling disaster.
For delivery. Surely you'll have one. Please. Scram, snake face.
I know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? Why don't you enter a match and let some of that frustration out the right way?
Ain't fit for beasts.
Nothing I can tell you,
Psst. Hey, you're a little light in your pack, ain't you? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means.
Worse than war rations, these. Ain't fit for beasts. Ain't fit for beasts. Ain't fit for beasts. Worse than war rations, these. Ain't fit for beasts. Ain't fit for beasts.
Only the finest, you know. Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
Got it?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't need so much. Worse than war rations, these.
If a magister finds us on you, you forget my name, here?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't need so much.
Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato.
What? Who's asking?
He smirks and holds the little knife up to...
I'm listening.
I've got that special shipment he was asking after.
Can't help you there. If I could, I wouldn't be here peeling goddamn potatoes.
He points the tip of his blade at the grisly sight of the elf hunched over, clutching his knees in the cage.
I solve my own problems. Oh, they'll cure you of your sauce. Nightshade will cure you of an headache, too. A Myro. I guess you mean the clown I caught stealing from my kitchen. He's not going anywhere. Caught him red-handed trying to make off with a second crate after he took the first. Went down like a rent boy when we grabbed him. Easy. Supplies. A crate of food, citrus in particular. He'll talk. Alls I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kitchen. Bring back my crate, and you got yourself a deal. Ain't fit for beasts.
Still on your feet, eh? Glad to hear it. Feel free to take a gander at the stock, if you're so inclined.
ain't fit for beasts. Leave him be. Don't make me say it again.
Listen, I can help you if...
Shut up!
Mind your manners round Griff, eh? What's your hands, Pipspock? What are you loitering round here for? I got my good eye on you, bub. Make it quick. I never seen one myself, but me cousin up in Gore said one appeared from the clear sky one day and ate up every child under the age of 12. I don't know where they come from. Hell if I know. Don't rightly know if it can be true. Pal of mine made it as far as the Hollow Marshes even. They dragged his corpse back the next day. Head pulled clear. If Boss trusts you to find something for him, you better not disappoint him. You mean that guy in the cage? Oh, I don't associate with elves. Fella says he's innocent, but you know how they lie. Yeah, Boss is awful passionate about. Boss will be fine. He's got himself in a fit state now, but... Hands out your pockets now.
Watch yourself.
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
What? Oh, new, are you? Very good, very good. Make yourself at home. Advice? Hold on to yourself, my friend. The fort is full of decent folks turned savage by confinement. My mind? What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, no doubt the two are related. Perhaps if we can reverse... When another divine...
Ain't come to shake me down for my knickers, have you? You're all I got left after your buddies were through with me. That's so.
Yet so quickly, we find Source so dangerous. What in his death caused it? So Voidwoken are attracted to...
You there? You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone?
Will Source change back?
It's just... I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. I only need one. Oh, noble. But after the Magisters, good luck with your friends, though.
The squirrel's nose twitches as you approach, but the creature turns away before you can say anything.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears,
A fella can't hear himself. You hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya?
Aye, she needs help, but none that I can give. Matters are cooked. Distraught don't even begin to cover it. And there ain't no amount...
Please, please, you must help me. No one here will help me. Not one of these bastards. Irma. She's called Irma. I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger to help me find her. This place turns people cold. Cold and wicked. That fellow Jeth over there speaks unutterable evil, but I can't move. I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was... Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and
She soaks up a steady stream of...
She ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back. You are an angel. Mummy's right here. Where are you?
Farah. She ain't coming back.
I ain't watching. That's your 5th blue jester this round.
Where is he?
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
Your children, your supplicants, they are a new device.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your 5th blue jester this round.
What of it? Looky here, mates. A fresh face. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? Chuffed.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs.
Quite the hand, Freshie. Unfortunately, 2 is less than 5, and that's how many purples I've got. I reckon that makes me the winner. I'll be having your fee then. Blaming a bloke you just met for your misfortune, are ya? Ease off, or I'll go ahead and double what you owe. Well, you've heard of it now, ain't ya? Go on then, Freshie. Turn 'em out. We'll see about that,
She ain't coming back.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always
should avoid overtaking the ground.
She ain't come back.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
She's gone, Father. Gone.
It's too tight.
Send us your children, your supplicants, and you divine.
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me! You're too close. This collar, this place, it's do you. You seem fine.
Her hands move again to her throat. She seems to try to...
When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood, nailed to the skeleton of an old ship.
Ah! Eh? Oh, that. That won't be my first or last. Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Bravery on the high seas is real. Now, if you'll excuse me...
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together, before placing them both back on the...
Bleeding nail must be... charmed or something.
You grab the plank and pull. The rust...
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I... loosed...
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your...
For your trouble. I suppose it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap. But I couldn't help my...
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you. It's this.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast. Well, that's quite the story now. Let's save it for a better day. Suffice to say, I'd at least be Captain Beast in better times. I'm out of a ship at the moment, though. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is... Let's get down to brass tacks. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be? You've been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two. What'd you have in mind? Then it's settled. Capital! Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here, and soon. And I suppose you do. Ah, well. My best mate's son is undead. Now, onward!
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when your time's up, Your Highness. It's stabbing time.
Reveal yourself.
Whoa!
Damned nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Perk up, old chap. There's plenty of singletons about.
Hey, Sam.
I only mean that if you think about it logically, she's much better off.
Leave it, Sam. I won't say it again.
Come on, chap. Don't be unreasonable.
Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat. Now, let's not succumb to melodrama, shall we? This kind of gutter vermin can hardly... Besides, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of... All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Perk up, old chap.